around the corner, got them shades on my eyes. It's a pretty little thing by my side that's flawless. Why you niggas still chasing roaches? Collecting all this money on the roads like I'm homeless. A nigga like me.
Welcome back again. This is Nicardo Media House, man. This is the PREM podcast, episode 3. Yeah, man, I'm doing this solo today. Unfortunately, my guest, there was some little misunderstanding of the time zone and stuff like that. So, we have to go on with the show. Before we go into the video, man, I have to bless all the people, Thanks for supporting all the videos, man. It really mean a lot. And everyone that's smashing that like button, and everyone that's sharing the video around, and if you're here for the first time, you know what to do. Click up that bell. Yeah, episode 3 of the PREM podcast. We have loads of things to talk about. As Arsenal and Mikel Arteta came back from behind and beat United 3-1. Liverpool cruised past Aston Villa 3-0. Yeah, Chelsea early season woes continue, man. They lost again, 1-0 at the bridge to Nottingham Forest. Triple hat-trick at the weekend. Young Min's son, got his first hat-trick as a Tottenham captain. Erling Haaland got his 7th hat-trick as a Man City player and his 19 hat-tricks overall. It's crazy, man, and he's still young. Who got another hat-trick? Another player got an hat-trick, the Irishman Evan Ferguson, man, from Brighton. Brighton beat Newcastle, man. Another loss again, for the Jardis, Yeah, I'm going to get into the podcast, start off, the big game on Sunday, man, yesterday, Arsenal versus Manchester United, man. Arsenal is really looking better, many Arsenal fans can say the same thing, over the last couple of games before this game against United. All the talks were about Thomas Partey playing at right back, that inverted right back coming inside. Many people were having a whole lot of disagreement, with Mikel Arteta, man, as I call him, man. Albert Einstein, man, the man that likes to do a lot of experiments. But Thomas Partey was interested. It was a blessing in the sky, for Mikel Arteta to, can change up things, and he go back to his usual back four, Ben White and Gabriel, Saliba and Zinchenko came in, but on the other side though, even though that Thomas Partey, he was injured, Arsenal played really well. I think Declan Rice, he was fantastic in the middle. Yesterday, he played a wonderful game. That goal he got right in the 91st or 92nd minute, just after Garnacho scored that goal that they ruled out and said it was offside. It was a really good goal. The price tag that is on Declan Rice, coming into this team and going into the international break, it's a good way to go out on international duties, man. He scored that goal, and that wonderful finish, by Gabriel Jesus. Wonderful finish, man. The way the man size up, Diego Dalot. I saw this from before it even happened. I knew Gabriel Jesus was going to cut Diego Dalot, and he did exactly, and open up his body and slap that in the back of the net, with his right foot. But poor game, poor game for United in the last 15 minutes after we took both center halves off because of injuries. You saw footage of Lindelof, walking out of the Emirates, limping. Lisandro Martinez went down injured. The injury list is piling up for United, as United have Amad Diallo, Menu, Shaw, Varane, Mount, Eaton, Malacia, Lindelof, and Martinez, stretched off the pitch today. So the injury list is piling up wicked on Eric Ten Hag, man. But I want to say this, man. Amrabat, the Moroccan, as United signed him on deadline day, but this is the direction where the club is in, the way how we identify this target about 2 months ago. It's crazy how we couldn't get the deal done in over a month and a half, nearly 2 months. We've been waiting for Amrabat signing. We've been waiting for this player to come at Old Trafford, and it finally happened on the deadline day. But would Amrabat made a difference yesterday game against Arsenal? Yeah, he would have made a difference. Amrabat bring a lot of energy to the middle. Amrabat, his stats are right up there with Toni Kroos. Players like Sergio Busquets. Joshua Kimmich by just possess the ball and keep the game ticket, or you control the tempo of the game. Most people know Amrabat as a player in the World Cup. As a player that can play dirty and stuff like that. But he's really good on the ball. On that side. I watched him a few times play for Fiorentina in the Italian Serie A. But a lot of problems, man, for Arsenal. Many people was saying, about Kai Havertz, a German man, that miss. How the hell he missed that one? That the ball, he lost the ball for United to get that breakaway. Eriksen got that ball and slit a true pass between Ben White and Saliba, between those two, and it was a really good. But that was schoolboy defending. That was schoolboy defending from Ben White and Saliba. Look, the way our Rashford size him up and go down the left side like he's going to go down the flank, and both defenders, go back and look on the footage. Both defenders were actually going that way. All they have to do, Ben White close out on the outside and Saliba close out on the inside, as Rashford more favorable for come back on that right foot and kick that ball in at the back of the net. And he did that, but schoolboy defending, man, by the right back and the right centre back for Arsenal. They should have done a better job there. The battle, man, Martinelli, man, versus Aaron Wan-Bissaka, man. I said it yesterday in my match reaction. Aaron Wan-Bissaka is one of the best right back at defending 1v1 in the Premier League. Nobody can challenge that. As he put man like Eden Hazard in his back pocket, Grealish, Sterling, you can name it. Luis Diaz, all these guys, man, who trying to come at him. Aaron Wan-Bissaka is really good defending 1v1, as they call him, the spider. But going into this international break, I hope Eric Ten Hag can sort out this midfield problem. As Amrabat is there to solve the problem. So next game is at home against Brighton. Brighton is firing right now, people. Brighton is they playing ball like never before, man. They continue to playing beautiful football, and as you see, they got smashed last week against West Ham. They came back this week and make amends of themselves and beat the Jardins, but we're going to get in that that fixtures a little bit later. But Chelsea, another loss of the season, man. They lost a couple weeks ago against West Ham at the London Stadium, and they come back home and they lost against Forest, one of the team that many people predict to go down. But Nottingham Forest is looking really good this season. But spend a whole lot of money on players. You haven't bought a really good striker. You haven't really have a creative midfielder, as you saw Tottenham, but Madison is a player that you can play that 4-2-3-1 system, and I think that's what Pochettino wanted to play, that 4-2-3 system, man. But he has to be playing that 3-4-3 formation, playing with both wing back. But Reece James is out, and that kid out there on the right side. I was watching that game, man, and he was awful. Gusto, the Frenchman, he's like he can't even get 5 good crosses into the box. His free kicks were poor, his corner kicks were poor. Like, he's not Reece James. I think they're going to have to sort that out. Reece James going to have to hurry up and come back, as he's struggling with injury. He's a Chelsea captain, but all of that, man. But Nottingham Forest, they're looking really good. Taiwo Awoniyi, the Nigerian striker. Last season, he kind of started off, when he came over from the Bundesliga, he started off the season a little bit slow, but after getting in the rhythm and getting the pace of the Premier League, he started to score, and that's how he helped Nottingham Forest to survive last season. A couple seasons ago, Taiwo Awoniyi, he scored 15 goals for Union Berlin before he came over, to England to sign up for Nottingham Forest. And last season, he scored 10 goals, for Nottingham Forest. He was the leading goal scorer for the team last season, alongside Brennan Johnson. Talking about Brennan Johnson, he scored 8 goals last season, and he's off. He's already after Tottenham. He signed on deadline day. So Brennan Johnson is out. They have man like Origi. They sign a whole lot of player, man. But they sign Elanga. That was a beautiful finish, by Anthony Elanga, the ex-Man United man. Gibbs White is excellent, but Steve Cooper is doing a tremendous job, with Nottingham Forest as he's crawling his way back in the league, as last season they spent half of the season in that relegation zone, man. And now they out, they out and running. They win a couple of games already so far. So, kudos, man. Big up to Nottingham Forest, Steve Cooper. They're doing a really good job. And they signed like, what, 6 players yesterday? Day before yesterday on the deadline, a couple days ago on Friday. Ooh. But, he signed a whole lot of players last summer. No, again, he signed a whole lot of players. But, I mean, some of those players were on loan. But, a couple pieces he picked up. He picked up, I think, that Argentinian right back Montiel, so you name it, a whole lot of players, man, Callum Hudson-Odoi, he signed him on a free, he got Andre Santos, a Brazilian from Chelsea, on a free. So yeah, man, it's going good so far. No one can complain about Steve Cooper making signing, because guess what? It's working right now. You understand? It's working. But before we move on, from Chelsea and Nottingham Forest, Nicholas Jackson, man, he's going to have to be more clinical up front. Raheem Sterling, man, he's going to have to get some goals, for Chelsea. But Chelsea finishing the top four, they way off, man. They way off the pace. They way off the pace, man. He spent like almost £1 billion, man, over the last couple transfer windows now. So, things should be working out. You're $100 million man, Caicedo, man, Ecuadorian. What's going on, man? You saw that it was his mistake, why the goal scored, he gave away the ball. Enzo Fernandez, these guys are going to have to chip in and help score goals, as Chelsea don't really have a lethal number. And as Nicholas Jackson, he's a really good player. He's still raw, but he's going to get there. But in the meantime, they're going to have to, try to get some goals from somewhere else around, from Sterling. Enzo going to have to chip in. Nicholas Jackson have to come and score. That if that left wing back, Ben Chilwell, these guys going to have to chip in, Yeah, so we're gonna move on. Go to the City now, the defending champion, man. And City, they cruise past Fulham, man. They just wipe Fulham away, on the floor like a welcome mat, man. But yeah, they won 5-1, Erling Haaland, man, as a hat-trick. As I said in the build-up, the topics, Erling Haaland scored his 7th hat-tricks for Manchester City and his 19 hat-tricks overall in his career. And he's just, 21, 22 now, but Manchester City, they're going to be problem in the Premier League. Why I said that? When you're going to face Manchester City, you're thinking about Erling Haaland, but guess what? There's another problem. The Argentinian is firing right now. Alvarez. I don't know what to say. The combination of Alvarez and Erling Haaland, man, it's scary. It is scary, as Erling Haaland, he don't need many touches to score a hat-trick. Alvarez, he can just score a goal out of nothing, so most people were saying, Kevin De Bruyne is down, how they're going to get chances create, they're going to get goals, or Erling Haaland going to get goals to score. But guess what? City have been scoring goals. I knew this team, even though in certain players they're going to miss Kevin De Bruyne, but they're not going to miss him that much, as this team is super built to play without Kevin De Bruyne. They have Rodri, Kovacic, Grealish, and right. Foden is a maestro. I don't know why Foden is not getting enough game time, but Foden is a really good player. Manchester City, they're not really playing, and back last season when Manchester City is playing, going into a game, you will know that Manchester City win the game already, before the ball kick off. But now, they have to be playing a little bit more harder. But, they're getting the goals, because guess what? They have a very good number 9. They have they have 2 very good number 9 that, just give them the ball and they will score. So that is one of City, strength right now, that they playing really good football and score. They have 2 very good number 9, and they're clinical finishers. They're really looking good. But you see Pep is not even playing that inverted wing backs anymore. You don't have the personnel, you don't have the players to do that. John Stone is not ready as yet. Another player that can play there. Rico Lewis, the youngster, is sitting on the bench. But yeah, man, Manchester said about Fulham, man. Fulham. But hold on before we go into before I forget about this. That goal, that Akanji disrupt, to go back, I don't know if many of you saw that, but go back. I'm going to pull it up on the screen. So just go back if you haven't seen the video or the highlight. Go back and watch it. Highlight. Is that offside? I don't know. It's been a couple of VAR decisions over the weekend about players, in front of the ball obstructing the goalkeeper. Man, I don't know what's going on in the Premier League. Yeah. Moving on. Liverpool cruise past Aston Villa, but before I come to Liverpool, Aston Villa, I like what Unai Emery is doing. It's some of it need a little bit of tweak. That eye line, is going to need to play a little bit lower blocks with that the way how he played. Because teams like Liverpool, you go to Anfield. Oh God, Liverpool will feed off of that. Play at eye line against Liverpool. With defenders who are not connecting with each other, and the wing backs aren't playing so high. Liverpool going to score 5-6 goals at you, and they're lucky they didn't concede 2 or 3 more goals. But the way Aston Villa kind of play out the ball, I love it. I love it. They play it from keeper to center after wing back to the midfield, back to the flank. They're excellent, and you could see a team game and how Unai Emery want to play this game out. You can see that. But as I said, the eye line is going to have to tweak it. But our boy, man, Leon Bailey, is like whenever Aston Villa is playing away, the coach doesn't trust Leon Bailey to start. In the Gold Cup, I have learned a lot of things about Leon Bailey in that 4-4-2 system. As Leon Bailey, his tactical awareness sometimes is awful. Sometimes he laps. I don't know if when sometimes he play for the Reggae Boys, if he's too sure or stuff like that. But he's going to have to fix that attitude problem. But Leon Bailey is a really good player. I mean, but after they went down 2-0, man, it's like there was no way for Aston Villa to come back. There's no fight. There's no character to come back into the game. Nothing, man. It's just like they gave up. Even that goal, I just spoke about it. The offside, the players obstructing. I think Mo Salah, when Dominic Szoboszlai scored that goal, he was obstructing the goalkeeper. He was in front, and the keeper had to dive over to his left, but it's going to be on the screen, so you're going to see. I don't know what's going on with VAR and these goals, man. But Liverpool, they signed Ryan Gravenberch, that Dutch player. It is a really good number yet. He's been at Bayern Munich for the last couple of seasons, or season and a half. It's a really good signing for Liverpool. But that midfield trio, McAllister, Jones, and Dominic Szoboszlai, I like it. And then they have Endo and Ryan Gabriel on the bench to come in. But Liverpool going to be a problem. Liverpool going to be much closer this season to the top 4 than they were last season. But good win. They beat Aston Villa 3-0. So Liverpool is coming. He came back with 10 man against Newcastle to win that game 2-1. But Nunes going to be key for Liverpool this season. It will be much better if Jurgen Klopp can play Darwin Nunes as a number 9 more than Gakpo and Jota. When he played Gakpo and Jota, they drop off. Liverpool don't need that anymore, as Liverpool have McAllister and Dominic Szoboszlai, different players, from what they have previously than more work hard in midfielder Fabinho and Endo. These players can create, so there's no more space, there's no more room in that midfield, there's no more time for Liverpool to have those have that striker drop in the midfield and let the wingers come in. That those days are finished. Darwin Nunes should be the in and out number 9 for Liverpool, as he will give them more option. Running behind, his pace, his strength, is strong, he's powerful, and he's a very good player in the air. So playing Darwin Nunes up front over Gakpo and Jota, it will work perfectly. As you saw it last week, he came on And what he did, he scored 2 goals by running behind with his pace, and he's really good off the ball runner. Young Son, his first hat-trick as a Spurs captain, man. Richards to find himself on the bench. He scored, even though he scored in the midweek against that League Cup. But yeah, I want to talk about that League Cup. Big Ange, the Tottenham coach, much years now Tottenham not win a trophy. Huh? And you make 9 changes in that match against Fulham away to Craven at Craven Cottage. Come on, man. Come on. Come on. The fans don't like that, man. Come on, man. Tottenham need a trophy, and that's the only way Spurs can get a trophy. They're not gonna win the Premier League, so they only have 2 trophy to play for. The Carabao Cup and the FA Cup, 2 knockout tournament. You saw Jose Mourinho bring them to the final a couple of years ago when he was there, and they got beaten by Manchester City. But Richarlison, that's what happened when you have a poor run of form, no goals, man. Richarlison is just awful when he's playing for Spurs. He's a completely different player when he's playing for Spurs. I don't know why, but he find himself on the bench, and I think Salomon came in for him and playing that on that left side, and they push Young Son in the middle, and you have Kulusevski, the Swedish, on the right. But James Maddison is an excellent piece of business for Spurs. This is one of the biggest deal Daniel Levy has got in his time at Tottenham at Spurs, and brought in that coach as Big Ange Ball is working. The fans liking it. The coach Big Ange, his personal is so calm. His character is so calm. When you watch him in the press conference, oh my God, it's so calm. So I guess the players are feeding off his energy and the way how he want to play football. There's no handbrake. You just have to go, 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 go. And that's the Tottenham I used to, when Tottenham used to play at White Hart Lane, when they used to have Aaron Lennon on one side, and them have players like Kyle Walker, Danny Rose, flying fullbacks. That's how Tottenham play. 10 years ago when they at White Hart Lane, but the style of football is coming back again, and Tottenham, if they continue to play like this, it's going to be a wide open race for the top 4. I don't have Tottenham to finish in the top 4, but guess what? Tottenham fans, just calmer a little bit. We saw these type of runs, we saw this type of game played, with previous managers. So just calm down and let the coach take care of business, man. But beautiful win, big win, but Burnley is in problem. Vincent Kompany, you're going to have to change something. This is not the Championship where you play these nice looking football, but this is the Premier League. You come to the big league, but Vincent Kompany, is a very intelligent coach. He's an intelligent person, so he would fix things. He figure out something over the international break. As the international break, came on him well needed. When he need to find back a system, when he need to find back himself, he need to find back the players, set back a new system, set back a formula, and get these burning players on the go again. But Vincent Kompany, you have to do something real quick, because guess what? If you don't do something real quick, you're going to find yourself in the bottom 3 coming Christmas. Yeah, man. That game against Brighton versus Newcastle, man. What a game as Brighton made amends of themselves after that 3-1 defeat last weekend, at home against the Hammers, but they ripped Newcastle apart today, as Newcastle don't have no answer, but guess what? The Irishman, Evan Ferguson, with a hat-trick, man. Will this be another $100 million deal over the line for Brighton next season? As you hear rumors, from in the summer, Arsenal is looking at him. Brighton only sell $100 million. So who is going to come for Ferguson, man? This little youth going to score a whole lot of goal this season, man. But yeah, very good game. As Newcastle, Newcastle came at the Amex big and bad and strong, and they powerful football and all their energy. And what Brighton did, Brighton just calm everything down and play total football. Yo, if me love Roberto De Zerbi, the Italian coach of Brighton, one more time, how the man play football. it is so refreshing to see how Brighton move the ball. Billy Gilmore, the ex-Chelsea player, Billy is a wonderful player. The way he go for the ball from the defenders or the wing backs and move that ball quickly in transition and playing that ball forward, and he can hold the tempo of the game. Oh, he want the game to play, man. Billy Gilmore is a really good player. I know I have been admiring this player since he made his debut for Chelsea. I think it was in a Champions League game when Chelsea was having a whole lot of injuries. But yeah, Newcastle, man, I think Newcastle have a lot of things on their mind. The UEFA Champions League soon, that take place a couple of days ago. I think it was on Thursday, and they got PSG, Dortmund, and Milan. Their next game is at home to Brentford after the international break, and they travel away to Milan, in Italy. That's going to be a really good game. But I think Newcastle is worried about the group of debt that they're in, and they have a lot of things on their mind. So now the international break come at the right time for Eddie Howe, and he's need to just settle back things down, for the Jardis. But should the Jardis fans worried? No, I don't think the Jardis fans should be worried that much about Eddie Howe. Why they shouldn't be worried? Eddie Howe, he's an experienced manager in the Premier League. What he did last season, what he have done last season, for Newcastle. I don't think the Jardis should have been panicking yet, but just leave things a little bit. They will get there, but it is a tough start for Newcastle. It was a tough start. They played Aston Villa, they played Liverpool, they away to Brighton. Who they played again? They played away to City, so it's a tough start. They only win one game so far in the last 3 games already. The Jardis will come back, man. Everton, I want to touch on Everton, man. If Everton have this attitude, they're going to get relegated. Obviously they signed the Portuguese Beto from Udinese. Sheffield United bought that player from Archer, Cameron Archer, that's his name, yeah, from Aston Villa. He scored a wonderful goal, man. But Everton, man, they're going to what you guys doing at Damari Gray, man, the Reggae Boy International, man. Come on, you see the man put out a statement, he said, the Everton fans love him, and such, and he don't know if he can play for people that don't want, something like that, man. The statement is up there on the screen, man. You could read it, but yeah, yeah, but other results, around in the Premier League, Luton Town, they played their game first on Friday. They lost 2-1 to West Ham United. Very good win again. West Ham is on the bounce. That's 10 points, man. David Moyes is back. As they have a awful start to the season last season. So they get a beautiful start. As they got their European jazz on Friday gone. So international break with a win. Excellent. Mikel Antonio, is coming to the Reggae Boy camp to play Honduras and Haiti. Same like Leon Bailey and Damari Gray, Bobby Reed, Ethan Pinnock, but Newton Town is in problem. They're going to have to get results quick. They're really in problem. Crystal Palace beat Wolves 3-2. Wolves is in problem again. We saw Wolves play like Old Trafford, in the opening game of the season. I was thinking, yeah, this team going to be too much quality to struggle, but Martin O'Neill, that's his name, Gary O'Neill. You're going to have to fix things, man. You're going to have to fix things at the Molyneux in the Middle East. You're going to have to fix things at Molyneux, man. But yeah, man, you have come to the end of the PREM podcast, episode 4. But yeah, it's international time. We're going to take a little break from the Premier League. Stick around, man. You're going to get the review for the Honduras game on Wednesday for the Reggae Boys, and what if I think we're going to come up with the Reggae Boys, as it's international time. I'm going to focus mainly on the Reggae Boys and what's going on. We have 2 crucial games, in the Nation League at home. Go out there and even support. We have 3 big games at home. Home to Honduras, September the 8th, September 12th, home to Haiti, and then September 22, the girls played in their first Olympic playoff game. Anybody win, they go to the Olympic next year in France, as they play Canada at home September 22, and I think September the 27th, they travel away to play Canada in that second leg. But yeah, man, I'm said, you come to the end of the PREM podcast. Thanks everyone for watching, man. Thanks for all the support. It really mean a lot. It's getting really dark. But yeah, man. Anything else? Anything else? But tell me what you guys think, man. Drop down, everything you think about all the VAR decisions in the Premier League in the comment box, man. Tell me what you think about that Kai Havertz penalty. Even that James Ward-Prowse handball, in Luton Town game. Should Luton Town have get a penalty in the last couple of minutes of the game? But tell me what you guys think, man. Yeah, this is Nicardo Media House, man. Thanks for watching. Peace out. Salute.
In the city life, I'm feeling so alive. Drifting around the corner, got them shades on my eyes. It's a pretty little thing by my side that's flawless. Why you niggas still chasing road?